Chapter 240 just dropped, and with that, I'm just gonna go through the new rankings that are shown because this chapter is actually I actually really like this chapter the way it was presented. It gave us an update on players that we haven't seen in a while. I also got to see that people who didn't play in previous games that we've played are playing and are getting bids as well. So this is just a way for me to inform which people I have thoughts on and like who are the 29 players. I think, yeah, 29 players that have bids so far, or basically, yeah, because I don't know if anyone else has been getting bids, but these are the 29 players that have been shown, because I still believe there are still more that have not. So let's begin. So the title of the chapter: Triple Jump Up, which is going to be very obvious at the end why it's called that, but as it's shown, it gives us an update more on the PXG players and some Manshine City players, because Barsha didn't play this week. This is their break, so let's get into who's ranked number 29, which Nanase was. It shows it was a brand new ranking for him as well. So I'm guessing this is his first time playing. Well, it was their second game for PXG, so it would make sense. His new bid is 3 million, and right above him is one of the Wanama twins, with 4 million, which was a brand new bid as well. And up above them is a tie actually, which is 26, which Fukaku Gen with 5 million. And this one actually surprised me because we never seen him really play as much, in my opinion. Or not really, actually, in my opinion. We just haven't seen him play at all, except when we've seen him walk out for the third from a second selection, which is Hiragi. He's the one who sort of looks like Neji from Naruto, with like the Byakugan eyes and everything. But his bid is 5 million, so they're tied for 26. Right above him is the U20 defender, Noah, I think that's how you say his name, with 6 million. We've seen him in the panel. Yeah, we saw him in the panel when Rin was shooting his shot, so maybe he helped out a little there. And gladly, I'm here to see Zantetsu with 24 in the 24th spot with 8 million. Hopefully his bids goes up, because for now I think he sits right underneath making that 23 roster. So yeah, those give us an insight of some PXG players, and obviously like some of the Manchester City ones. And then going on, just in the panel cuts to some more players. We see Tokimitsu with 10 million, which is a brand new bid. And then there's Hayate in 22 and Darai in 21, the U20 defenders. Their bids are the same from last time because they didn't play this week, which is 13 million and 15 million. In the 20th spot is Raichi with 18 million. So I guess what he did, man marking Snuffy, did work and did get some interest in some clubs. Unfortunately, they just don't show the clubs which offered them, but later on they do. So that's going on. And speaking of more people are getting new bids, there's also Hiyori is tied with Sendo with 20 million. Sendo, this is he got a bit higher. He used to have 17.5 million, but now he's up to 20 mil. And Hiyori, this is a brand new bid for him, so I guess people like what he's doing. Hopefully it's more playing time, which is just one game left, so he might not make top 10, but he will make, in my opinion, he'll make the spot. Like, he'll make the 23-man roster. And moving on is on 17th, Otoya, same as before since he didn't get to play this week. In 16th place is Karasu with 24 million. He used to have 12 million, so basically he has like a double bid, basically doubled up. Number 15, which is surprising to me, is Shido with 25 million. He used to have 20 million, so whatever, I don't know if he's playing or what he's doing isn't working, getting interest, but he's only a 5 million increase from his previous one. In the 14th spot is Nico with 30 million. He basically, he went up in this match. We've seen he wasn't, even though they lost, he still showed some great defensive skills, being able to switch with Lorenzo. But yeah, his bid is higher than before. He used to be 23.5 million. So yeah, in 13th spot, Gagamaru, 32 million, just a 4 million increase from before, which isn't too bad. I feel like his could have been a little higher in my opinion, but yeah. And then in the 12th spot, Corona, basically 34 million. I'm not sure what I think about that. I feel like he didn't, in the beginning of the match with Ubers, he did a lot. not a lot, but he had more impact in the beginning than he did at the end. But I guess that warranted a 10 million increase. Now getting into, I believe, top 10, which Ryu with 35 million, which is a 10 million from before. Also shows a new team that that's bidding for him. I don't think we've seen that team before yet, or they haven't been addressed in my opinion. Not that I know of, at least. And then tied for 9th place is Rio and Yukimiya, both with 36 million, which is interesting because from Yukimiya, this is a higher bid from before. It's from the same team that offered to pay for his surgery or like for his eyes. But for Rio, it's actually a decrease, which I hope. So far, the leaks haven't been translated, so I haven't been able to read them. I just been able to go over it in the Japanese like raw leaks. But it's interesting to see that he used to have a $40 million bid, or not dollar, but yeah, he had a 40 million bid, and it went down by 4 million. So now he has 36. So hopefully they go more in depth why this is happening. You'll see later on as well, and another example of the situation. But in 8th place is Aiku with 38 million. I feel like it's warranted. Some of them are going up just by like 3, 4, 5 million, which isn't too bad. It makes sense. They're not the impacts aren't as great as like scoring goals, but they still recognize defenders. And then surprisingly in 7th place is Nagi with 43 million, which is almost half of his bid before the match, which is very interesting. I believe, in my opinion, I think Eagle has mentioned this before, how Rayo and Nagi, when they scored against Bastard, that I think they'll never be able to recreate that goal or something in those lines. So it would make sense that I think other like coaches or clubs will see this and recognize that individually they're not the strongest, even though they still are. They're just worried about the potential, since Nagi in one of the previous chapters as well, it's also stating like, oh, like his ego's like going down, and then Rayo just wants to help Nagi. So maybe they don't see potential in them, even though they do have massive potential in my opinion. And then getting into the top 5, well, top 6, because in 5th place is tied between Kunigami and Chigiri, both with 50 million. Kunigami seems to have an offer from a new club, which I don't think is stated, or maybe we have seen this before, I'm just not remembering right. And then keeping in 4th place is Bachira with 66 million, same as before since it didn't play. And in 3rd place with 130 million is Baro, which I'm surprised because I believe this is his 2nd game playing, but he only had a $30 million increase. So hopefully we get to see his thought process with that. We do see a panel of him like being really mad or like confused on why only 130 million, even though he scored 2 goals in this game. And then in 2nd place, which is pretty much the title of the chapter, triple jump up with Isagi with 150 million, which is basically triple because he used to have 50 million before the match. I don't know how I feel about this. I know what he did. I think he did score twice in this match, but I don't know if it warranted basically a triple jump up from his previous bid. Hopefully there's more explanation why, or like there's more backlash on why it's like that. But yeah, moving on to 1st place, which is obviously Rin. After him scoring that hat trick, he is placed in 1st place, 180 million, which is basically 5 times what he had before. I had to do like the math, because he used to have 36 million before the match, which is surprising. Well, actually not surprising at all, because I'm just surprised that Baro is in 2nd place. That's all that surprises me. Because as Rin, I just can't wait to see what he does in the Bastard match. Hopefully his bid, in my opinion, is going to go over 200 million, 250 million at least. But yeah, those are the rankings for the top 29, around 29 players in Blue Lock. Hopefully other players get bids, so we see everyone in Blue Lock getting bids, because I would like to see new faces. It was interesting seeing Hiragi in 26 with 5 million. Hopefully we get to see him in the future. Maybe it's like a hint of who we get to see next. But I would also like to get talk about Kaiser as well, because we also see he gets a new bid as well for 320 million, and it isn't from Bastard. It is from I believe Royal Madrid. I think that's what they call it in the universe, but basically Real Madrid in all honesty. which is interesting because that's where Sai plays. So I would like to see more explanation on that, or if Kaiser wants to go there, because I know that's the whole reason he came to the Neogas League, just so he can get a higher bid and leave Bastard Munchen. So let's see how that goes. But yeah, that was chapter 240, triple jump up. Hopefully, the next chapter is more grounded like this. You know, more just explaining. Basically, we get to see other players because I really like this chapter. But yeah, hope you enjoyed and stay tuned.